You're tuned in to the DMV Hoops Podcast.
This is Jonathan Scribner, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast, the DMV's home for high school basketball. Hosted by Kurt Cross and featuring Chelsea Cross. We bring you the latest news, interviews, rankings, recruiting buzz, and standout performances from the public and private school basketball scene across Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Stream us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Buzzsprout, YouTube, and everywhere podcasts are heard. Now, let's get into it. Here's your host, Kurt Cross.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast. As always, I'm Kurt Cross. She is
Chelsea Cross.
We're on the campus of DeMatha Catholic High School. It's the Capital Hoops Summer League Playoffs at the Morgan and Kathy Wooten Gymnasium. We have a coach from one of our Summer League teams who did survive and advance. It's win or go home. Coach Ahmad Smith with Good Counsel. How you doing, sir?
Good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. This is what I will say. My takeaway from that game is in one word. It's poise. WJ came out, and it was 11-2 maybe.
11-3, I believe, yep.
Little by little, here comes Good Counsel. What I feel like I noticed about WJ, they got a little ahead of themselves. They played. I don't think they wanted to speed up the game, but they did, and I don't think that really worked to their advantage.
Right.
Talk to me about that poise that your team brings to the floor.
Actually, Coach Kissel mentioned that to me. The past week, we didn't play well in DMV Live, so we kind of put an emphasis on just being poised, like you said. And we feel like during that run, we didn't feel startled. We didn't feel like our guards started to panic. We still were getting open shots, and we weathered that storm. And like you said, we kind of wore them down at the end.
Well, and here's the thing. This is what Coach Kissel does. He's no stranger to WCAC play. He's no stranger to the DMVC. Him and I go back, goodness, 15, 17 years. So when I used to coach a long time ago. He sat on the committee that hired me at Rockville High School right before he left, on the girls' side, the girls' varsity side, yes. Cool. So I know his style of play. I know the players he has that come in, come out, and all this. And what do you think this summer league activity and the success you're finding in the summer league, how does that position you for WCAC play?
Well, this is my third year, and last year we lost in the quarters last year. So we believe in, I believe in from playing. Guys, the teams that win in the summer, it kind of trickles over to the winter in the fall. Right. So we feel like we just keep building these winning habits. And when WCAC play comes, we're accustomed to winning.
Right.
That makes sense.
So your resume is out there, team takeover, EYBL, 15U?
15U assistant. Yeah.
All right, played at O'Connell. Chelsea, what do you have for Coach Smith?
Yeah, so you're on the bench now at Good Counsel, and you played at O'Connell. I asked actually Coach Keith Ergo this yesterday. Why did you come back to the WCAC to coach after playing it?
Oh, man. When I played, it's still the same. I believe it's the best conference in America. So it was a no-brainer. I live in Olney, so I'm about 5 minutes from
come on,
Counsel.
You got it easy.
Exactly. So I kind of get some heat from the O'Connell alum, but I literally stayed kind of across the street from Good Counsel. And like you said, Coach Kissel, such a great guy. It was a perfect match. And like you said, I'm just blessed to be back in the league coaching.
All right. So WCAC, I want to echo what you said. Everyone who comes on this podcast will tell you, WCAC, please don't think that it might be, it could. That's the top. It's the cream of the crop. Right? Sure. I mean, we graduate kids from the WCAC who go on to D1, D2, D3. They go on overseas. They go into the NBA. You know what it is with the WCAC.
Absolutely.
What was your goal with this team this summer?
We lost, it's no secret, we lost 2 or 3 of our top scorers last year to the transfers. We had a lot of young guys, so just building our culture, trusting them, letting them play through mistakes. And I believe we lost 4 or 5 games this summer, and we're coming in for shoot-around. These guys
I don't know if it was that many, was it?
Including DMV Live.
Okay, I'm sorry. Because in the summer league, y'all maybe lost 1. Oh, undefeated. Okay.
I thought so.
I'm like, maybe 1.
Yeah, but we, like I said, we dropped 3 this past weekend, so we've been in the dumps. I've been in the dumps, but we're running it off in the playoffs, and we just want to continue
And as you know,
going.
you can't really scout those DMV live teams.
We can't.
You know, you can't.
Right.
And you got folks coming from Florida, and you got a target because you're a DC team.
Sure.
You're a DMV team. So the father judges, the Central Floridas, the whoever comes out here, they're coming for war.
Absolutely.
They're coming for war. Now, so you got better from the beginning of the summer to now. You had that little dip in DMV Live, and it's okay. We want that to happen now. We don't want that to happen in
I want
February.
them to get the feel of losing, if that makes sense.
Right,
You know,
because you want to be in Bender Arena in March, right?
That's the whole
That's
point.
when, not as a spectator.
Yeah,
You don't want to buy a
absolutely
ticket.
not. No, I want to be there.
So
really
here's
be
the-
there on the bench.
Here's the question. How do we get there when, Ireton's going to have something to say about it? DeMatha, St. John's, Carroll's going to have something to say about it? I always forget, and please forgive me, folks in Forestville, I always forget about McNamara.
For sure.
They're going to have something to say
Super
about
talented.
it. Joe Wooten got something to say about it.
Of course.
Right,
I
so-
know how he is in that locker room. So he definitely has something to say about it.
So how does this part work? How do you plan for that WCAC? I mean, it's a battle every night. It's the best $5 you can spend on any game. And what does that look like for you, Kissel, and the rest of your staff?
Again, I played in the league. I know how it is to play in the WCAC playoffs. I played in the championship game in the WCAC playoffs. I mean, in the playoffs. So right now, we're trying to treat this kind of like how it's going to be in March. We're telling guys we need 3 games to win, 3 or 4 games to win the WCAC.
Right.
You kind of need the same here, and you're going to play back-to-back games. So we're trying to just have that. We're lucky enough to be in an area and be around a crowd like this where we can play with kind of a more than the summer feel, and that can kind of trickle down into the fall or the winter.
What is Good Counsel's identity going to be come November?
We have to be able to guard the basketball and play hard. We don't have the 4 and the 5-star guys, and we're fine with that. But we have to hold our hats on.
But you got
We
4
have-
and 5-star coaching.
For sure.
You know that?
And we have a big time talent in Zach Trufong. I don't want to disrespect him. But again, like, we have to do all the small things over consistently. We can't have days off. And if we do that, we feel like we have a chance every night.
Tell me, Coach, on a bench, there is normally multiple assistant coaches, and each assistant coach has a different identity.
For sure.
What is yours? Are you the bad cop? Are you the good cop? What do you kind of bring to this team?
That's a great question. I'll say for our staff in this period, I'm super competitive. I'll say I'm the bad cop. I'm the bad cop. And maybe I'm just biased, but I feel like we have the best staff in the league, just as far as our experience. But again, to answer your question, I'm definitely the bad cop.
Do you make them run if
I
they
do.
miss the layups?
I
Okay,
do.
okay.
Yep, I make them run. I do all the things guys kind of don't want to do, but I feel like they appreciate it.
Over the years, Good Counsel has had success on the boys and girls side. How competitive are y'all inside that gym, though? Because I know the girls have found their success. GJ has found his success. Unfortunately, one year he was headed right there when we had COVID.
That was the year.
That was
He
the year.
always tells me about that year.
He had
That's
the-
how I know you're a basketball guy.
He
He
had the
talks
team.
about that year. He said that was his year.
He had the
So
team.
you know about it.
Let me tell you how much I know about it. Other coaches in the WCAC knew that was his year.
Wow.
They knew. I talked to one coach in particular who's a very good friend of mine. He said that this is it. He's got everything this year.
Okay.
And it sucks.
He told me that was the year.
Yeah. But you know what? If anybody can rebuild it, you pick any coach in the WCAC, they know how to rebuild that success. And it takes time. You go through ebbs and flows. And if you graduate 6 seniors, well, you got to start all over again. But I don't think any coach in the WCAC wants to be judged on that one year where he had the best team out there. Can we do it again? Right? Because we want to develop players. We want to develop these young men because what they do on the court is great, but I bet you'd rather have 4 or 5 guys come back and want to work at Good Counsel, want to help out, come to the camps, and be leaders in the community, because not everyone on this court right now, as we have DeMatha versus St. Mary's of Annapolis, not everyone on this court goes on to play D1 and then in the league, right? We ask a lot of coaches this question. I'm going to steal it from Chelsea. You expect your players to come back when school starts with a different skill. What skills are you working on? What do you want to be? How do you want to be different next year yourself?
I'm big on the family culture. It's funny you said that. We kind of built that at O'Connell. The guys I played with, we still go back. We still meet up. It's just a bond. So like you said, GJ is a great guy in terms of he's done this over and over. He has such success with the Montgomery County Public School level and also the WCAC level. So with the young guys, we just try to incorporate a lot of things outside of basketball. That makes sense. We want to let them know that we care about them, just not in the gym, but we want to bond. We might go on a retreat. We take them to Top Golf sometimes. I'm just taking them out to eat and just listening to some things that they have going on in their life that's not basketball. Sometimes they just need an ear, you know what I mean? And not
that's
a lot
all
of
it is.
Exactly. Especially for these young guys.
Now, is Blair Mills getting in the way up there, or is Blair all right?
That's my guy, man. Blair's a great guy. I'm not going to let you do that. No, Blair's a great guy, hard-working guy, TTO guy, too. So
no, he is.
Definitely going to pay homage to Blair. Shout out to Blair Mills.
Yes. My last question. If we come up Georgia Avenue in December, what are we going to see?
We're going to see a team that's going to play super hard. We're going to give everything every possession. We're going to scratch, claw, and again, we just want to be a consistent brand, if that makes sense. Every time you come and pay your $5, $7, you just know that you're just going to be a dogfight. It's an exciting brand of basketball.
If I'm a coach, if I'm a player, I'm 13 years old and I'm looking to play next season, and I want that WCAC competition, but I'm in between some schools. Why do I become an Eagle?
You mean a Falcon?
I'm gonna help you out.
Come on.
Look.
Girl,
how do you become
edit that out.
Man, the academic piece, I think a lot of people don't talk about anymore. Like you were mentioning before, half of these guys is always on the commercials, but I try to really tell these guys, because I was fortunate enough to play Division I and play overseas for 8-9 years. When that ball stops, man, you gotta fall back on something. Like right now, I'm a teacher. So again, when the ball stops, we feel like Good Counsel has the best academic institution in the WCAC. So we kind of hang our hat on that, and and just the bond you can get with our coaching staff.
I'm gonna drop this one on you because if you're a fan of the league, it just did come out. Jaylen Brown is a Sixer. Yes, Jaylen Brown went to the Sixers.
I'm a Braun guy, man. I thought he was going to Cleveland with Braun.
Well, Brown ain't there yet. He ain't there yet.
You just killed me. The
Jaylen
league
Brown,
is crazy.
The Celtics, I don't know what they're doing.
Give me your prediction right now.
Next year's winners? Come on, dog. Free agency ain't even hardly start yet.
You're right.
Free agency ain't even hardly start yet. If I had to put all my money right now, you know what? Honestly, never count out Spoelstra. Spoelstra's a better coach than most people know. I love Wemby, but I'm a Lakers fan. Right now, I don't know what we got. Kessler, we got Sexton, we're putting some pieces together, but I don't know what's going on there. How about them Knicks? How about them Knicks? We just had an alumni in the building, right? Jerome Williams.
Yep.
Thank you for coming on. Ahmad Smith, Good Counsel Falcons. Look,
Falcons.
I know that. I know that. It's right on his chest. But folks, you want to go up Georgia Avenue. It's WCAC play. It's Coach G.J. Kissel leading this team. It'll be something to watch. This is Kurt Cross. This is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to the DMV Hoops Podcast, your home for high school basketball coverage across the DMV. Be sure to subscribe, follow, and share the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, YouTube, Buzzsprout, and everywhere podcasts are heard. Follow us on Instagram and X at DMV Hoops Podcast. The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Kurt Cross, featuring Chelsea Cross. Thanks for listening.